Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hashtag Truth. Tonight we have Brandon Owens. Running a little late. He's a busy man, but we finally got him on. How you doing, Brandon?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right. Well, let's get right into the interview, man. While people are coming in, and they can always put up comments and that. Just a quick thing before we start the interview, Brandon. I want to let everybody know I am now on Twitter. So if you want to come and be a part of my show on Twitter, it's hashtag truth with W / Scott Larson, and you'll find me on Twitter. So I'm branching out. I'm getting out there. So Brandon, let's start.
I'm gonna have to give you a follow on that. I'm on Twitter too, but
Hey, you follow me, I'll follow you, brother. That's the way it works.
word.
All right, man. So let's start it off the way I start off every other show with every other wrestler that's ever come on my show. How'd you get into wrestling, man?
Well, it started off pretty much when I was younger. I would always watch wrestling with like my grandpa and everybody, and then also going to indie shows locally. At the time, it was NBCW and HCW that was actually running at the point in time that would go to pretty much once every time they were there, pretty much.
Cool beans.
And
Did you have any wrestlers you looked up to back then that you remember watching?
that I remember, not really, because I've been dropped on my head way too many times.
So I'm pretty sure somebody will ask you if they come in late. But who was your favorite wrestler growing up? Who'd you watch and idolize and realize when you saw that guy or woman that, hey, that's what I'm gonna do?
Basically, what caught me was, I know everybody will probably say it, but it's the Undertaker and Mick Foley match, Hell in a Cell. That's what caught me. That was a good match.
That's my favorite match of all time, brother.
Yes.
My favorite. Mick Foley broke so many bones. He broke so many teeth out of his mouth. In his book, if you ever read his book, you got to read his book if you haven't. He describes every second of that match, and It was brutal. I mean, it was totally brutal. But that is my favorite match. If anybody asks me, that is my number one match of all time. So we're eye to eye on that one.
And see, the thing of it is, now being in the business, seeing all the bumps he took, I'm just like, no, can't do it.
But you are kind of a high flyer now. I've seen you in action quite a few times. You do take some chances yourself. Not Nick Foley chances, but
no,
you do take chances.
Right.
I got with Joey Godfrey wants to know, which unbookable do you want to work?
Any of them.
Any of man. That's a tall order, man. That's, there's 6, 7 strong.
This is the thing of it. This is the whole concept. It doesn't matter what you're going to put in front of me. I'm going to go the full extent, the full 100%. Because my saying is, you want a battle, you got a war.
Okay. Now you've already faced one unbookable. I remember this match distinctly. You faced Adam Jackson for his Mid-Atlantic Championship. You fell just a little bit short.
Close.
But I have to give you, he did cheat. He pulled out the loaded glove and hit you with it, and knocked you quite silly, like Bugs Bunny, silly. But
yeah, it was pretty bad. If it wasn't for Chase being out there, I would have had it.
Yes, Chase is a thorn in everybody's side, and I would love to get Chase on here and ask him why he's not a full-blown unbookable yet. Because if anybody deserves to be a full-blown unbookable, it is Chase Loveless. Just saying. Joey also wants to know, who is your favorite unbookable?
I don't have a favorite unbookable.
You're
Why would I have a favorite unbookable?
That's it right there, brother. That's it. There's no such thing as a favorite unbookable.
Exactly.
Dylan Galloway, dream match. Anybody, anywhere. What would be your dream match?
That's hard.
We're talking indies, WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor, anybody you can pick. Impact. If you could go up against anybody, what would be the match and who would it be?
I'd probably have to say, if he would ever get back into the business, Brian Thrill.
Uh-oh.
Me and him always have good matches.
Would there be a stipulation or just a one-on-one?
I'd say just a one-on-one.
Okay. Paul Wilson didn't waste any time. This was going to be my next question, but where are you going to be at in the near future, man?
As of right now, the only place that you will be able to find me is at EWF.
Okay. So I don't see you on the card for Owlmania, but what about Legends Never Die? Are you going to be there Saturday night?
Hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Well, I'll definitely be looking for you. I'm going to be at both nights, so you know I will.
Right.
I'll definitely be looking at you. Al Thompson said it's only cheating if you get caught. That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Jamie said, hey, Brandon.
What's up, buddy?
Al Thompson said dump truck. I think he means you should fight dump truck. Paul Wilson said he'd like to see you fight Ben Wright.
I've never been in the ring with Ben Wright. I haven't. And as long as I've been in the business, I've never been in the ring with him. I'd like to do it.
Hey, there you go. There you go, Ben. You heard it first right here on #Truth. Brian Thrill is a washed-up wannabe, Joey said. Wow.
It's just he's too old. That's all it is.
I say you versus Brian in a who can make the longest entrance match. Now, if you're saying me versus...
We don't even want to go there.
In a who can make the longest entrance match. Oh, boy.
I've seen that man do a 5-minute entrance and not even touch the ring.
Now, The Undertaker's another one. I mean, you know, if you want long entrances, you could go to sleep, take an hour nap, get up, and he's just turning on the lights when you get up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Uh-oh. The young Tiger wants to know when you're going to work with him again.
I don't know.
And by the way, I am going to have the young Tiger on next week. I didn't forget about him. I've had my problems at my house. I had a water main blow up and floors that got all flooded and had to fix them. So everybody is rescheduled now, and I will have my schedule up for all the wrestlers this week all the way through next week. So just letting everybody know that if they were scheduled, they will be back on the show. All right. Joey said it had to involve his wife's purse. You're going to have to tell. There must be a story behind that, brother.
Pretty much with Brian Thrill, he's packed up his bags like at least 2 or 3 years ago. And I've tried, and there's got to be quite a few others that's tried, and he still won't do it. He can't put away his life alert button and his walker to get back into the ring.
Oh, wow. That's a definite call out. My goodness. A life alert button.
He knows it. I've told him quite a few times.
Wow. That man, oh man. So tell me, who all have you wrestled at EWF?
Cruiser Lewis was first. And then it went from Cruiser to Mike Madden, and Bryce, and then Adam, and then Chase. But I haven't really worked anybody besides.
So you're working your way through the unbookables, man.
Pretty much.
My goodness, we're gonna have to call you the unbookable killer pretty soon. Paul Wilson wants to know where the EWF show is at. Paul, this Friday at 5:00, the gates open. They will be at the Forest City Owls Stadium, 214 McNair Drive, Forest City. The action will start at 5:45. There'll be 4 matches, 3 championship matches, and then the very next night, Saturday night, they'll be back at the Forest City National Guard Armory for Legends Never Die. I'm not sure of the extent of the card, but it's going to be a full card that night. It'll probably be 6-7 matches that night. So that's where they're going to be at. And I went over the times. So what has been your most grueling and trying match in all the years you've worked wrestling?
Most grueling and most trying match? Probably the night that I worked Jackson Bones and Zach Cooper at UIW.
Wow. So tell me about the match. What was that match about? I'm assuming it was a triple threat?
It was a triple threat.
Okay, at UIW, that's basically anything goes, right?
Pretty much. And not only that, but I was literally the only smallest guy in there. They both out. It would have made 2 of me to make one of them.
Go ahead. I'm listening. I just wanted to put up the times so people could get the times.
It was challenging. Don't get me wrong. It was. But it was. I had to put 100% into it.
Okay. What music you going to use if PJ stole it?
PJ stole music?
I'm at a loss. Matthew, you're going to have to give us more than that. I have no idea what you're talking about, brother. Jamie said with me. I think he's saying your most grueling match was with him. That's what he's saying.
And no, because we're about the same size, so it wasn't that bad.
You said, no. Oh my goodness.
I give you A for effort though.
Randy Carpenter, what was your favorite match?
My favorite match was for CWS back in 2011. I wrestled a guy named Christopher Doan in a hardcore match. That was my favorite match. That was years ago.
Oh my god! Wow. Now, hardcore matches. Them things are dangerous, but as a fan, I love to watch them. But they are very dangerous. I mean, you basically kendo sticks, your chairs, your tables, whatever they bring to the ring, frying pans. I mean, I've seen all kinds of things come out there in a match like that. Who do I get in contact with to see if they need a ref? Contact Joey Godfrey right here on the channel, man. Right here. Who's listening on here? Contact Joey or Anthony Payne, and they'll hook you up, brother. Dexter Meyer says, hey, I know this guy.
I know that guy too.
Yeah. If you can work in any promotion, which would it be and why?
I mean, I want to stay locally, pretty much. But if
now, what does locally mean? Because locally could mean just one place or within 50 miles, or locally could be the same state. It just depends on how you feel.
Well, in the Carolinas, pretty much.
Okay.
But if I could work any show,
do you have a wrestling license for South Carolina?
I do not.
Okay, well that'll take you out of South Carolina that quick.
But I would get them. But my next step pretty much is 3 count. And possibly TCW.
Okay, that's some good places to go to. Stephen Fry wants to know who do you model your style after? That's a good question.
Pretty much it's a mix between Easy Money and Chris Sabin.
Okay, since we're talking about, how you're modeling your style, who trained you? Or are you still training? Who trained you?
Well, to me, I still learn every time I step inside of the ring. It doesn't matter who it's with. I still learn. To me, and I've always been told the day you stop learning is the day you need to go ahead and put it up.
There you go.
But I've trained with quite a few guys. I mean, there was.
Come on, man, name call. Come on, put them out there. That's what we're here for. The hashtag truth, baby.
I trained with at first Josh Steinborn.
Okay.
Ace Cauldron, then Jeff Hamrick, Thunder. Who else was there? That's about it.
Oh man, you're in EWF and you haven't trained any with Jamie Lee?
No, unfortunately, no.
Oh man, you got to get with Jamie Lee, brother.
I know.
Just saying. Bo Jackson wants to know if you'd be interested in wrestling Jamie Knight.
I would. I'd do it again.
Well, there you go, Bo. There's your answer. Paul, hey, brother, I don't think this is for us, but he wants to know, do you need more refs? And I think Joey answered him. He said, go to Battle Zone. If you had a dream partner, who would it be? If you were starting a tag team, who would be your dream partner? And by the way, thank you everybody for all the questions. This is awesome.
I mean, I've wrestled with a lot of guys. But to me, well, not necessarily a dream partner, but the partner that I would choose out of everybody that I've been in the ring with and stepped in the ring with would be up and coming pretty much Jackson Bones.
Oh, okay. That's all right, man. You can answer.
Hold on a second.
Go ahead.
She done walked away now.
It's all good. Hey, my wife comes in here all the time. I know how that works, man. You'll see her passing by behind me and everything. So Matthew asked if you can wrestle any wrestler that is retired, who would it be and why?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say retired, but that is not in the business anymore. I would definitely have to say Ace Cauldron because that was my very first match. It'd be another one. It's one of them things to where, I was at the bottom of the totem pole, but this is where I am now.
Okay. Randy Carpenter says, I love 3 Count. That is my family. The A Game, Austin Jordan, PJ Ellis, and Sammy are my peoples. We all loved all 3 of those, and we've had, I know, 2 out of the 3. I don't think Sammy's wrestled at EWF, but I know Austin and PJ have frequented EWF. So what would you think about getting in the ring with somebody like PJ Ellis, since they brought PJ Ellis? PJ Ellis is a big guy.
That is a big dude.
Yes.
He
is all the Kodiak that he says he is.
I would try, but I'm like 120 pounds soaking wet. It wouldn't go over well.
Well, it'd be kind of like, let's put it up in WWE standards. It's kind of like...
It should be in there at the table.
I don't see it.
Sorry.
It
should be in there at the table near the box or checking those other boxes. That's all I know.
Well, if it's not there, you have to wait till tomorrow until you can find it.
That's fine.
Oh, and Kristen texted and said that Mama had something to give me, so I gotta go to my mom's.
Okay.
I'll go look again.
Okay. Anywho, sorry about
that. Hey! It's all good, brother. We all got lives to live. Nothing wrong with that. But we were talking about PJ Ellis, man. We were talking about how big he was, and you said, but, I would compare it to something like Rey Mysterio versus Triple H, for the title. That would be kind of,
That would be with me in the ring with PJ Ellis is more like a Rey Mysterio or a Jack Evans wrestling Big Show.
Okay. Wow, you're really making him look big, man. You're
I'm
really
just saying,
putting
he's
Jay over.
big.
Yeah, he's a big guy. He's a big guy. Well, Sammy took him down at 3 count.
Sammy
Sammy is his girlfriend that they're talking about on here. She took the belt and smacked him across the face. Yeah, go back and look. It's pretty awesome.
I'll definitely have to look.
Paul wants to know, would you face Jay Batista?
I would. It'd be fun.
Joey Godfrey, I think he's talking about your girlfriend, saying tell the midget hey.
Yeah.
Stephen Fry wants to know, what is your main goal in the wrestling business? That's a very good question, Stephen.
My main goal is pretty much to, pursue a dream that, that I was pretty much gifted, because not everybody can do stuff like this. I've seen people come and go, and that was my only thing, is to live out a dream that I've always wanted to do since I was little.
There you go, man. That's what you want to hear. And just, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it out of the way real quick. You among others who are in there working hard, doing their thing, give us things to get invested in. There, I said it. I'm not going to say it no more. Take your drinks. Take your drinks. Get it over with. I'm done. But, that's what we want. That's all us fans want, is
right,
for wrestlers to give it their all and put 100% into it, man.
Exactly.
Matthew wants to know, who is your favorite new up-and-coming wrestler that's been wrestling 2 years or under?
To be honest, I haven't really paid much attention to up-and-coming besides some of the guys that, I've wrestled with. But I will say this, before me and Chase wrestled at EWF, we wrestled, if I'm not mistaken, it's been about a year or 2 years ago. I don't know how long Chase has been in the business, but granted, he's unbookable, but he's gotten better.
He's an unbookable until they tell him otherwise.
He's prospect, same thing.
So you're saying you think Chase is a real up and comer? I do anyway. I'm not an Unbookables fan at all, but I really do think Chase is an up and coming unbookable. What are some big improvements you've seen out of yourself since you first started wrestling?
Can I kick out the scroll? Because I mean, from anything to the way my actions in the ring, my actions towards fans, even in the locker room is different. At first, I was shy. I didn't really want to talk to anybody. I just pretty much stayed to myself. And now it's pretty much, say if I go out and, like, when I go out there and wrestle Chase or somebody, I'm coming to the back and I'm saying, hey, did you watch this? What did you think? Even in the ring,
you got to come out of that shell in order to learn, man. You got to ask the
exactly.
questions.
My thing is like, I'm not shy anymore. It's just I've overcome that.
When you study wrestlers, who is it and why?
When I studied wrestlers, it was more of Jack Evans, Amazing Red, even, let's see, we can even go back to Too Cool Scorpio, Easy Money.
Wow.
That's
a lot, man. That's a lot. Jamie said, if you could work at the best promotion, where would it be? Or maybe I'll reword this just a little bit. Who do you think is the best promotion, and where are you working towards?
To me, right now, out of everywhere that I've been, I know this #truth and all that, but to me, EWF is the best of where I've been by far.
Okay. Hey, being honest, there ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Nothing wrong with that at all. Randy Carpenter said she had help. I think he's referring to the Sammy bit I was talking about. Randy Carpenter wants to know if you've won any titles.
I've won quite a few, but it's been years with different promotions.
Alexander says, who do you look up to in wrestling? And I'm going to narrow that down. Who in WWE do you look up to?
I'll be honest with you. I haven't watched wrestling in years. I didn't even recently watch the AEW show.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I mean, I seen the card, and you know what all they done
Wow.
with the card. But I didn't watch it. But the last thing that I would, say I watched was that I would look up to was AJ when he was in TNA before it was
Very,
even
very
Impact.
good. AJ's awesome no matter where he was at. I ain't gonna lie. Stephen Fry wants to know if you could be an animal. What animal would you be?
If I could be an animal,
Make it good.
I would say a panther to me. I'm just saying.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Would you ever come to Georgia to wrestle?
Yeah, I've actually I haven't worked in Georgia, but I've worked in Panama City Beach, Florida. It's pretty close.
Hey, you got to go through Georgia to get to Florida, unless you're flying.
Yeah. No, I never fly.
I think we went over that. We'll do this again, but Paul Wilson wants to know where you're being booked. I think he came in a little late. Still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul Wilson wants to know where you're being booked right now. I think he said he's exclusive to EWF right now, correct?
Yeah. Right now I'm only at EWF.
Okay. Matthew wants to know which do you like? Well, he just said he doesn't watch, so AEW or NJPW, New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Well,
He doesn't watch.
From the card that I seen for AEW, I always like Wrestle Kingdom, so New Japan.
Okay, there you go. Dexter Meyer said, number one piece of advice you would give someone just breaking into the wrestling business.
Listen. Major concept. Listen. Don't open your mouth. Just literally open your ears to everything. Especially to any advice anybody wants to give you.
Nice. Jack Morgan said he would be a Lynx.
Ha, funny. Very funny.
Alexander wants to know, what is your hobby outside of wrestling?
My hobby outside of wrestling is pretty much my job. I'm a professional tattoo artist.
Nice. I have to hook you. You have to hook me up someday. I got one I'm looking to get pretty soon.
All right.
I think we finally caught up with the questions, man.
Uh-oh.
Took a while, but Paul said we got a show coming up in July 6th, and that is why I'm asking. Okay, well, maybe he's gonna get you a booking, man. Paul, hook the guy up.
Message me.
There you go. He said message him. How did I not know you did tattoos? I think they saw your arms and stuff like that. A lot of your pictures, you have chest tattoos too, right?
Yeah. That was I have one chest tattoo, and it's from when I was actually just starting the business. I was so infatuated with it, it's getting covered, but I actually put my ring name across my chest. So
Jack Morgan says he is Willy Wonka. I don't know what that's all about, but okay.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Jack, are you calling out Brandon Owens? Inquiring minds want to know.
We don't even want to go to there. We don't.
Since you've been tattooing, okay, we're gonna get into the tattooing part because you got people interested. Since you've been tattooing, what is your weirdest experience as a tattooer?
My weirdest experience was on Friday the 13th last year. I actually had to tattoo a chick's, basically her thigh, but more of her butt cheek, pretty much.
Okay.
And there was more hair there than on my legs.
Remember, we're PG. Just remember.
I know.
Okay.
I got you.
All right, here we go. If you had a chance to challenge for any title in EWF, which one would you go after?
Adam Jackson.
You said the first time wasn't good enough. The next time you're gonna beat him, right?
Exactly. No chase, no other unbookables. Me, him, one-on-one.
Oh, you're gonna have to get Reverend Slim to hook you up on that one, brother.
I know.
Get Reverend Slim involved. He'll make sure they're all out of there.
It's like once you find one of them, you find like the rest slowly behind, creeping somewhere.
They're just like cockroaches, man. You turn on the light, you see a bunch of them scatter. It's the unbookable way, man. You know that. Dylan wants to know, out of all the years, what match would you want to work again?
There's been a few. I would probably have to say the tag match against Boomer Payne and Bryce Anthony.
Ooh. Who's your tag team partner? I can't remember.
That night was Big Country.
Oh, you can't ask for a better tag team partner than that.
Right?
I don't know where Randy's going with this, but he asked, can fans set the ring up or no? I think he's asking EWF. I don't know where he's going with that. Jack is going to catch that forearm. He's going to catch that forearm. Okay, I got you. Paul said he just hit you up about coming to their show. Joey
I'll
Godfrey
check that
said,
after this.
Joey Godfrey said NWO style. What did you get the Kid Crazy from? Explain Kid Crazy. Explain Kid Crazy because I don't know who that is.
When I first started wrestling, I was using Kid Crazy.
Okay.
Pretty much, I came into the business and I was 15 years old.
Wow, that's
when I
young,
started.
But that's good.
I started training 13, 14. But I pretty much it was, to me, it was pretty much, I'm crazy enough to step in the ring with guys that are literally twice my size. I was 80 pounds soaking wet then.
Wow.
Not much has changed, but I was 80 pounds soaking wet, and it pretty much it settled me. I was a kid, but others, I got away from it. I didn't want to be called kid no more. I didn't want to be kid, nothing.
Isn't it amazing how people start off with a wrestling name and they think it's awesome and they think it's just great and they go with it right away, and then like a year or two into it, they're like, uh-oh, look what I did.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks I'm a kid now, or everybody thinks I'm this, or everybody thinks I'm that. Uh-oh, I got to change. You think that, young kids don't realize that the name has a lot to do with your character?
It does. And to me now, like, Brandon Owens is me. I can't be anything else. Right. I'm me.
Now, if you were approached by an organization that said, hey, we've got this character, we think you'd fit perfectly in it, this is the name, this is what we want you to do, would you think about that?
I would take it into consideration. I've actually had that happen. That's how pretty much Brandon Owens, I took on Brandon Owens because of I went to a show and they was like, well, we don't want to see you kid this, kid that in the near future. What would be something that you would be, comfortable with? Be no more comfortable with myself than but me.
Max Carnage said he'll wrestle you again.
Get it booked.
Randy Carpenter wants to know if I have a Jackson Saint shirt on. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I very rarely nowadays do you catch me without some kind of wrestling shirt on. More so EWF. If they wrestle for EWF and I like them, you're more. And they could get me a shirt because I'm a big guy. I wear it, so, and everybody knows that. Scott just relaying this message. Mad Mama said she would feed Brandon and put some weight on him. There you go. Go over there to Mad Mama's snow cones and get you some of that weight put on and get up there with the big boys. Let me ask you this, since we're talking about that and everything. We were talking about titles a while ago.
Right.
Would you consider challenging Austin Jordan for the EWF Heavyweight Championship?
Would I consider it?
Yes. If EWF were to come up to you tomorrow night and say, 30 days from now, we're going to have you fight Austin Jordan for the title, are you ready? What would your answer be?
I mean,
don't back down on me, man. Don't back down on me. I'm giving you an opportunity.
As with a fair fight, yeah, I'd do it.
Fair fight.
It'd be a good match.
Middle of the ring.
It'd be a good match.
He's not he's not going to come out there with, Perry James or anything. He's a good guy.
Right. Exactly. So good guy with good guy. I'm pretty sure it'd be a good match.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You never know what could happen. Randy wants to know, do you like being heel or babyface?
Babyface.
Matthew wants to know, what is your gimmick and why? Do you really have a gimmick? You're Brandon Owens. I mean, I've never seen you.
So pretty much what my gimmick is pretty much a 2000s generation of pretty much that tough punk rock kid that don't really care, that's out there to, set that boundary, but go over it.
I made a promo poster for you a while back, and I never knew anything about you at that time. And I saw your picture, and the first thing I thought when I saw your picture, and I put it up there with it. Do you remember what I put up there, the 2 words?
Yeah, Street Tough.
Street Tough. There you go. That's exactly what that would be your gimmick to me. Street Tough.
Right.
Because that's what I saw. I was like, dang, look at all the tattoos. He's got the hood on. He's coming out, Street Tough. There you go. Joey said Austin Jordan cheated to win that belt. Well, Joey, we can definitely talk about that when Austin is on the show Wednesday evening. So if you haven't seen my schedule, Austin will be on Wednesday evening. We'll talk to the champ then, and we'll definitely be discussing that. Bo Jackson, who has taken on the training and helping out Jamie Knight, says, let's see if we can arrange something to wrestle this guy. See, there you go. You're getting called out, man, on #truth. I love it. I could never boo Jackson saying, even though he is a heel, he is good at what he does. I definitely agree. He's one of those guys that when I first saw him, he was wrestling at EWF, and his character creation, though I've interviewed him a while back, and he gives a lot of people credit for his character creation. He's one of them guys that has really went far and beyond in character creation and in his wrestling, and is starting to show. He's winning titles all over the place. I have nothing but respect for Jackson Sane. Do you need anyone to make edits or videos of your fights? If so, my son can make them for a pretty good price. Well, there you go. people helping out. That's what I'm talking about. Uh-oh. You barely can host this show. Stop trying to help dudes with gimmicks. Aston, quit calling me. I've already accepted you on my show. Quit calling my phone, bro. Joey said he's busy Wednesday evening. I know you're busy Wednesday evening because the best champ in EWF is on. I know, Joey. I get it.
I bet you Joey's busy sitting in his chair watching TV. That's his busy.
Yeah. Got that iced tea in one hand and cheeseburger in the other. Yeah, we know how Joey is. Felix Feelgood says, Brandon Owens is my role model in the ring. He's very good, and we wrestled twice. He goes, I miss you. All right. No hugs on #truth, though, man. Just saying.
It was a good match. Don't get me wrong.
Matthew said, the young tiger says, let's see if I can get a match. Boy, I'm telling you what, these guys are coming out of the woodworks wanting to get a piece of Brandon Owens. I like it.
Have what, 3 or 4 now?
That's it. Hey. Larson, stop with the delusional nonsense. You know you would stop calling me. By the way, Aston Williams will be on Thursday night because he kept calling me and begging me to be on my show. So I will get you back on the show Thursday night. Everybody can watch. But tonight, stop trying to take the spotlight, Aston Williams. Tonight it's all about Brandon Owens, okay? Jamie wants to know, what's your workout, brother?
My workout is cup and fork. It lifts. That's consistent.
Say that again. You kind of roboted out for a second.
Cup and fork. That's about it. That's about as far as it goes.
Cup and fork. That's about it.
Yeah, because I haven't been able to hit the gym with work and stuff, so it's cup and fork. I'm trying to gain weight anyway, not lose it.
Oh man, but you gain muscle mass by working out, man. You got to work out and run. Got to keep the muscles moving. Let's see. Joey said he's sitting on the porch listening to you.
Hey, that's the best thing.
Brandon, me and Jamie will be in touch. I want to see him wrestle you so I can see where he needs to improve. Well,
we can do that.
Aston Williams said, who? I have no idea what he's talking about. I don't think Aston knows what he's talking about. It's simple to take on Brandon, Timmy, and Boomer book. It's simple to take on Brandon, Timmy, and Boomer book EWF shows. Okay. Now that's out in the open.
Right?
Matthew, it was a pretty good match when we wrestled. I want to see if we make it a 5-star match this time. I've gotten better, and no doubt that you haven't either, brother. I think he meant that both of you guys have gotten better, and he just wants to wrestle again to see where y'all are at. Hey, I'm telling you, man, this guy knows how to wrestle. Matthew, I've never seen you, but I'm pretty sure if you trained under the same people he did, it would be a great match to see, man. I would definitely come and see it. You guys get that booked, you let me know. See, Jack Morgan says, I'll wrestle you any day. Well, we're going to have a whole card of you. You're going to have to go through the gauntlet before the end of the show, brother. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Here's a good question. Brandon, what injuries have you sustained, and what's the worst one that's kept you down? And how did you get it? Tell the whole story of your worst injury. How's that?
My worst injury was when my C2 and C3 got pushed together. Pretty much, I took a bump wrong, and when I did, it pushed my C2 and C3 together. And at the point in time,
for non-doctors like myself, what is a C2 and C3?
The vertebrae in my neck.
2 robots, brother. I have no idea what you're talking about.
The vertebrae in my neck.
Ooh,
pretty much.
Ouch.
And I was numb for about a good hour. They had to take me to the hospital. I thought I was done. I was numb from my neck down. I couldn't.
Where did that injury take place at?
It was at UIW.
Okay. The place where anything goes.
Yeah. But that's, I mean, dangerous. it was nobody's fault. I took the bump wrong.
Right.
But I was out for a good 4 or 5 months at that time to see if everything would heal right and properly, just so I could get back in the ring.
Who was your first match after it all got healed up?
Oh gosh. If I'm not mistaken, my first match back was Tyler Foshi.
Wow. Nice. Oh, we ran out of questions again. Everybody kind of got quiet when you started talking about injury. I think injury is faux pas in wrestling, man. You start talking about injuries, people back off like, I don't want to know about this. But it was a good question. So thank you, Dylan, for asking it. I appreciate that, man. In a hair match, and at the end of it, I would have some new rooster tails. I'm lost, Jack. Who are you going to have the hair match with? Are you going to have it with Brandon Owens?
Can you English for us, please?
I didn't say that, bro. I didn't say that.
I'm just asking.
Can you English, please? I've never had anybody say that, man. That was funny. I like it. We are an English-speaking show. Please speak English. All right, let's see. If you could book your own show, what would you do and how would you run it? Oh, wow. That's now you've went from a wrestler to a booker, brother. This is getting even harder.
I'll be honest with you. I haven't been in the business long enough to even attempt anything like that.
I try to be what I call a couch booker, because I know what I want to see, because like that's just the fan in me. I'll sit there and be a couch booker, and I'll book shows the way I think they should be. And 9 times out of 10, the bookers all have reasons why it shouldn't be like that. So
exactly.
So I'm always wrong. And the people and let me tell you this. To book or promote or do anything that, you know, is above the wrestlers in a show, everybody thinks it's real easy. I'm telling you, and I don't even have the experience, but I'm telling you from everyone that I've ever talked to, it's not easy. There's tons of things that go on when it comes to a wrestling show. And the fly-by fan don't know that. All they see is wrestler versus wrestler. Who am I going to root for? And things like that. And that's basically another reason why I do my show, to kind of get behind the scenes. But I don't want to, and I'll use a phrase that wrestlers use all the time, I don't want to pull back the curtain completely, because that would take away from the good time you'd have at a wrestling show. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Brandon, how many matches have we had? I would love to have some lyrics girls. I'm lost.
Understanding?
Jamie, you're going to have to elaborate on that one, brother. We're not understanding. If you could hold any title, what promotion would it be and why? Now we're getting out of EWF. If you could hold any title in any promotion, what would it be?
The only place I'm going to be at, that'd be EWF.
Hey, let me say it. I'll answer the question for him. He would look good in the North American title at NXT. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Book it. Book it, Triple H. Book it. Randy Carpenter wants to know, have you ever done fair shows? Any shows at the fair?
Yeah, I've done fair shows for years. I've done Ellenboro Fair and I've done Cleveland County Fair.
Okay, I'm getting asked a question now. Joey wants to know, who would be my dream interview for hashtag Truth, and why would it be Boomer? Well, my dream interview would actually be Ricochet from WWE. And why it wouldn't be Boomer is because he's an unbookable. There's your answer. Aston Williams said, if English was a prerequisite, then comments would be non-existent. Aston, I bet you broke about 30 brain cells coming up with that right there.
There's no longer a brain there.
How many matches have we had, and were they good or bad? That's what he was asking.
If I can remember correctly, we have only had one match. If I can remember correctly, it was good.
On the indie scene, who would you want to see work, and what match would you want to see outside of yourself? What two people in the indies or tag team or whatever? What match would you love to see if you were a booker and you could book a match, one match anywhere? What would it be?
Mm.
You didn't know we were going to get in depth, did you?
I would definitely have to say,
come on, man! All this thinking, make it a good one.
I would say James Drake, Anthony Henry against the Gymnasties.
Ooh, okay. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
It's probably been done. It's probably been done, but I'd like to see it.
Randy said, I went to the Spartanburg County Fair 2 years, and they had a wrestling event, and it was terrible.
Never been.
I've never been to the Spartanburg County Fair to see wrestling either. As a matter of fact, I've never been to the Spartanburg County Fair, and I don't live but about
Me neither.
30 minutes from it. But they'd have to have somebody I would at least know in order to go see a wrestling show at Spartanburg County Fair. If there was at least a wrestler that I knew or have seen on my Facebook page or at least saw a video of, I'd be willing to go anywhere actually to see wrestling. But to go to a fair with all them people and all that stuff, I would have to at least know somebody. That's just me. What do you think?
Yeah, pretty much.
NBCW. What is NBCW, Joey?
New Blood Championship Wrestling.
Oh, well, there you go. What's New Blood Championship Wrestling? Apparently, you know.
I wrestled for them for the Cleveland County Fair and the Ellenboro Fair when they did run them.
Ah, okay. So there you go. I would like to see Yaya and James Drake. Not bad. Not bad. There was a question on Facebook the other day. I think it was Dexter Myers that posted it. They said, if you could do a WrestleMania for the Indies, make the card, a WrestleMania for the Indies, what would it be? And I filled it out, and I thought I had some pretty good matches on there. I have to look that up sometime and make it public on my page. I thought it was pretty cool. That's just questions that people like me who have no time, or all the time in the world, we just sit down and think of things like that.
Right.
Have you seen that hair? I could make me new rooster tails to fish with because I am the bass master. I love to fish. Okay, I'm thinking Jack Morgan is running his gimmick on the show. That's what I think. I think
he's trying to put himself over. That's all it is.
That's it. Jack, I tell you what, why don't you come on my show sometime next week, man, and we'll talk about the Bassmaster and how you love the fish and your hair and all that other good stuff. Hit me up, man.
He don't have hair.
I'll put you on the show. He don't have hair?
No.
Oh. Who has the best chop in the indie wrestling scene? Who's hit you with the best chop? Bryce Anthony. Wow. That I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm just of all the wrestlers, Bryce Anthony. I've seen him lay some chops on people, and he hits pretty hard, man.
I haven't been chopped by Chris Hamrick or Drake, so
you don't want to get chopped by Chris Hamrick.
I'm just
They'll
saying.
hear you in the next county, brother. I ain't even joking, man. Chris Hamrick likes to shush the audience. He really doesn't have to, man. It echoes. Jack Morgan says he wants to have. I think this all came down to he's challenging you to a hair match.
You have to have hair down it.
You have to have hair in order to do it. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. What is your favorite thing you do in the ring as far as moves thrown? What is your favorite move in the ring?
I say a layout knee.
Layout
flying
knee.
knee.
Is that your finisher? Is that your finisher?
No, finisher is a super kick.
Super kick. Uh-oh. Oh, man. I don't want to get hit with a super kick, man, by anybody. Who is your favorite worker on the PWX roster or Pure?
I'll be honest. I haven't seen PWX or Pure's roster.
Oh, there you go. Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. If you're busy doing your own thing, that tells me that you're into your character and doing your thing. Kid Chaos was in the main event. He was the only good wrestler there. It could be your opinion, though. I don't know, man, because what you might think is horrible, I might think is great. That's the great thing about wrestling and wrestling fans, you know.
Me and that guy has threw
It's
down
all in the eyes of
a
the
few
beholder.
times.
There you go. Alexander says you need to get chopped by Jamie Mayfield. Apparently, Jamie Mayfield knows what he's doing when it comes to chops. Wow. You have gotten probably 50 questions already in less than an hour, bro.
Oh, wow.
You still good? You all good?
Yeah.
Not tired? You still
No.
doing good?
Yeah, we're good. I'm going to have to charge my phone.
Well, we're not going to keep you too much longer, brother, because I got to do some other things and I got to get ready for the rest of the week. So we're gonna take about 5 more minutes of questions. If y'all got them, give them, man. We're talking with Brandon Owens of EWF. You're more than likely going to see him at his next event at Legends Never Die.
June 22nd.
June 22nd at the Forest City National Guard Armory. Doors open 6:30, bell time 7:30, $5 at the door. I say that promo in my sleep, by the way, Brandon, if you didn't know. I do. I swear to God, my wife wakes me up. Hey, stop talking about EW. No, I'm just kidding.
Wake up, $5 the door.
Hey, they don't call me the EWF fan club president for nothing, right? There you go. Chris Vallow says, how about Vallow? Now, man, we're going to run a gauntlet. We're going to have a gauntlet match at EWF and have all these wrestlers come in and see how many of them you can take out before you get thrown down, man.
I'd be so tired.
EWF, make it happen.
I'll do it.
I know you would. I know you would.
For sure.
At what point do you feel you was in your prime, or is it now? Dylan wants to know.
Now. I feel
You're
better now than I have been.
There you go. Jamie wants to know what you're doing Saturday. I don't. Are you asking about on a date, Jamie? I'm just. That was just kind of weird, man. Saturday you're gonna be out at Alamania with me, brother. That's where you're gonna be.
Saturday's Alamania?
Oh, wait a minute. Friday. Saturday you're gonna be at the show.
Yeah.
I can't forget. I keep thinking Saturday and Sunday instead of Friday and Saturday. I don't know why.
Right.
My wife corrects me every time too, man. That's all right. I'm just a podcaster. I don't. Aston says, "Are you going to listen to my brother whine and cry till he convinces you to help him?" Aston, we'll talk about that later on this week, brother. But I think when your younger brother gets a hold of you, It's all over but the crying, man. You're going to be the one crying. For new guys coming into the business, how do you feel about paying dues? That's a good question.
I tell you this, it doesn't matter what promotion I go to. I've been in the business on and off for 10 years, and I still set up rings, tear down rings, just as much as the guy that's freshly coming into the business. To me, paying dues, it's a lot.
And if a lot more youngsters did it, they would probably get booked a lot more. Just coming from a fan. That was a question for Brandon, you fool. You know what, Aston? I can't wait till I see you Thursday on here. We're gonna have a good time, man. we're gonna have a good time. I'll probably storm out on you before you storm out on me. What has been your scariest move you've thrown at that made you the most nervous, and did you pull it off? What was your scariest move that you've ever done that made you the most nervous, and did you pull it off?
I mean, the most scariest thing was when I first started doing like dives to the outside, and I done a moonsault from the top rope to the floor. That's the only thing I ever questioned.
How many people were out there to catch you?
One.
That's woo.
I trust. So
that's not easy, brother. That is not easy. Alexander, I think you answered this, but he just came in late. What move do you really like to do?
The flying knee.
Yep.
It's basically like a Nakamura knee. So
Aston Williams claims he's going to steal my show. Okay. Next. That you haven't used. That you haven't used. Maybe something that you've always wanted to use but haven't used it yet.
Canadian Destroyer.
Ooh, nice. And who would you like to do it to? That's the question. Say big country, man. Make us all just blow up.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. That's totally gonna happen.
You know, I'm joking. You know,
I know.
What about Jamie Lee? There's a good one.
Yeah, it happened.
Get one of the brothers out there and do it to him. Let's see. Wow, he quit all of a sudden again. All right, we finally caught back up. Well, Brandon, man, you are going to be probably more than likely, I'm almost 100% sure you're going to be at Legends Never Die Saturday night, Forest City National Guard Armory,
Yes,
6:30, doors open, 7:30 bell time, $5 at the door. Don't forget Mad Mama's snow cones, man. Bring your dollars. They're only $1 a piece, tons of flavors. Man, it's going to be great out there. Well, Brandon, we're going to wish you a good night, and man, please come back in the future on #Truth. You always have an open invitation with me, man.
Definitely will, buddy.
All right. We're going to say goodbye to Brandon, and we're going to catch y'all later. I am going to have my schedule up. I've got like 2 weeks of interviews. I'm going to put my schedule up probably in the next hour or so. That way you guys know when all the rest of my interviews are going to be. Brandon, you have a great night, and I will see you Saturday night, man.
All right, you too, buddy.